On busy Hornby Street in downtown Vancouver, we've discovered an oasis of European-style charm and hospitality at the Wedgewood Hotel. Good evening and welcome to Red's Classic Theater. And we'd like to thank the good folks at the Wedgewood for inviting us to pay a visit. And we'll show you around this hotel throughout the program. Our movie this week is the 1935 production, The Wedding Night, starring Gary Cooper and Anna Sten. Producer Sam Goldwyn had signed Cooper and Sten to star in The Barbary Coast, but decided that a modern drama rather than a costume piece would better suit his two stars. And Goldwyn had good reason to be particular about his next role for Sten. Having already invested heavily in promoting her in two less than successful films, he was betting that audiences would finally warm up to the Russian actress. And we'll see whether producer Sam Goldwyn was right or not as we present The Wedding Night, starring Gary Cooper and Anna Sten. As you enjoy tonight's movie, The Wedding Night, we're exploring the Wedgewood Hotel in downtown Vancouver. And this is the elegant lobby that greets guests in what was a derelict hotel only a decade ago. Owner and famed local hotelier Eleni Skalbania purchased the old Mayfair Hotel for $4.5 million and then invested another $3 million in renovations. The Wedgewood Hotel takes its name from the classical china, and permission was given to adopt the name by Britain's Lord Wedgwood. On permanent display in the lobby is a magnificent black Wedgwood plate, a gift from the nobleman to the hotel that bears his name. And among the popular features of the hotel are the piano lounge, the renowned Bacchus Italian restaurant, and the Liaisons banquet room. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Appropriate to the title of our movie tonight, the Wedgewood Hotel is a particular favorite of honeymoon couples. The hotel offers an exciting honeymoon package that includes a night in the penthouse suite, champagne on arrival, breakfast in bed the next morning, and a genuine Wedgewood china dish as a souvenir of your visit. Now, the rate on this package is $409 Canadian and is in effect until December 31st. For further details, contact the Wedgewood Hotel. Call 689-7777. That phone number again, 689-7777. And now let's return to The Wedding Night. Hope you're enjoying The Wedding Night on Red's Classic Theater as we come to you from the terrace of the Wedgewood Hotel in Vancouver. In the early 1930s, Sam Goldwyn was desperate to find an actress with real star power for his studio. Warner Brothers had Bette Davis and Fox had Shirley Temple. Katharine Hepburn was the pride of RKO, while Marlene Dietrich and Mae West starred for Paramount. And Joan Crawford and Greta Garbo were the top names at MGM. It was while reading a New York newspaper in 1932 that Goldwyn discovered his star, Anna Sten. Over the next 2 years, Sten became known as Goldwyn's $1 Million Discovery, a not-so-flattering title given to her because of the costly reshoots ordered by Goldwyn during her first two films for him. Her third movie was The Wedding Night with Gary Cooper, and critics agreed that director King Vidor coaxed an honest performance from her. But audiences were not impressed, and Sam Goldwyn could not afford to give her another chance. Of his efforts to make Anna Sten a star, one Goldwyn critic said he wanted to make her a star in the worst way, and that's exactly what he did. And now back to The Wedding Night starring Anna Sten. We're enjoying the hospitality of the Wedgewood Hotel in downtown Vancouver, and it's time to look at our mailbag. But before we do, I'd like to tell you that next week we'll be giving away 10 passes for two on the Britannia Royal Hudson boat train trip to Squamish and back. This is courtesy of our mailbag sponsor, Harbor Ferries. So be sure to tune in next week. You could be a winner. And now let's look at the mailbag. Here's a request from Bob Stevens from White Rock for Summer Stock starring Judy Garland and Gene Kelly. Cindy McCann from Nanaimo would like to see Burnt Offerings starring Oliver Reed and Bette Davis. And if there's a motion picture you'd like to see or the suggestion of a location, write to Red Robinson, KBOS-TV in Vancouver. Coming up next week on Red's Classic Theater, Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway star in one of the top suspense films of the 70s, Chinatown. And 2 weeks from tonight, another Jack Nicholson film. This time he stars with Shirley MacLaine and Deborah Winger in Terms of Endearment. And now back to The Wedding Night on Red's Classic Theater. Hope you're enjoying The Wedding Night on Red's Classic Theater as we visit the Wedgewood Hotel in downtown Vancouver. Gary Cooper had his problems both on and off the set during the production of tonight's movie. Director King Vidor had at first believed that Cooper had been miscast in The Wedding Night. During the first day of shooting, he discovered that Cooper couldn't get through a scene without forgetting some of the words. So throughout the production, Cooper's dialogue was shot in small segments and then spliced together later. Vidor later changed his opinion of Cooper's work in the film, saying he gave a performance that overflowed with charm and personality. Off-screen, Gary Cooper and his wife Rocky had just moved into a new home in Brentwood, California. No sooner had they moved in than Gary Cooper discovered that his property was contaminated with toxic soil. This no doubt contributed to his lack of concentration while filming the wedding night. And now let's return to our movie with Gary Cooper. From the Wedgewood Hotel, it's time for our movie trivia quiz. 1 year after filming the wedding night, Gary Cooper starred in a film that showed off his flair for light comedy. Our question is, can you name the movie? We'll be back with the answer in just a moment. Here's the answer to our movie trivia quiz. The motion picture that highlighted Gary Cooper's previously hidden flair for light comedy was Mr. Deeds Goes to Town. It was directed by Frank Capra, and he won an Academy Award for his efforts. And now back to Gary Cooper starring in The Wedding Night. Well, that concludes this week's edition of Red's Classic Theater. I hope you enjoyed The Wedding Night starring Gary Cooper and Anna Stent. Be sure to join us next Sunday night on Red's Classic Theater for the 1973 suspense drama, Chinatown. It stars Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway. In the meantime, if there's a motion picture you'd like to see or the suggestion of a location, write to Red Robinson, KVUS-TV in Vancouver. And we'd like to take this opportunity of thanking Eleni Scalbania and her staff here at the Wedgewood Hotel for their hospitality. We've enjoyed our visit. If you'd like a visit to this charming hotel, why don't you make a reservation at 689-7777. That's 689-7777. And be sure to join us next Sunday night on Red's Classic Theater for Chinatown, starring Jack Nicholson. Until then, thank you for being with us. And from the Wedgewood Hotel, good night, everybody.